how your brain works is that it optimizes for efficiency. Efficiency in the sense that your brain will take the action that requires the least amount of calories, the least amount of energy. Now, that action might not be in alignment with what you actually need to do in order to move your business forward or move you towards your goals, whatever that may be. And it does that because most of your mind is the subconscious mind. The subconscious mind makes up 85% of your mind as a whole, and the conscious mind is just 15%. That's where the conflict comes in, because your conscious mind wants to take the action that will move the needle forward for you, but your subconscious mind just wants to take the action that's the easiest. So for example, your goal might be to get your business to 10k per month, and the actual action that you might need to make is make cold calls. Now that requires a tremendous amount of willpower, because no one wants to get fucking rejected 100 times. So what your brain will do is tell you that what you really need to do is more research, more market research, because for some reason that's going to help us get to 10k per month. You don't need to do the cold calls right now. It's going to seduce you into doing the easier action. But you take the easy action enough times, and 6 months down the line, you're going to wake up one day and realize that you've made zero progress towards your goals. And life is just as shit as it was when you first decided that you wanted to take your business to 6 figures. Now, that's not how it has to be. What we can do is reprogram our minds to make the needle moving activity, in this case, the fucking cold calls, automatic and easy. So we don't have to utilize all of our fucking willpower to make those cold calls. That is what the high performers do, and that's why they make so much progress so easily. Now, in order to get to that point and stop procrastinating, you need better systems. Now, when I say systems, I mean you need clearer inputs and clearer actions. Because if you had clear inputs and clear actions, then you wouldn't be procrastinating, because you know exactly what you need to do and you just do it. But your brain doesn't tell you what those actions are or what those inputs are, because your brain wants to do the easy thing. And if it told you what the actual actions were, then you'd be doing the hard thing, and your brain would have to use calories, basically. Now, how we build those better systems is by subtracting. The way I live my life is, when I set a goal, I'll work backwards from that goal. I'd write down what needs to be done in order to achieve that goal, and then I'd remove everything else that isn't in alignment with that goal, if that makes sense. What most people do is they'll set their goal, and then they'll write a bunch of habits that habits that they need to do. Oh, what's that one book, Atomic Habits? They read Atomic Habits, and then they'll set their goal, and then they write down 1,000 habits that they need to add into their life, and then they'll think, why the fuck are they not doing those habits? Because you can't work harder. Nobody can force themselves to work harder. You think you can, but have you ever forced yourself to work harder? How much progress have you made by working harder or doing it the way you've always done it? Nobody can make themselves work harder. Not even, none of us. Nobody. The way you work harder is by removing vices and removing anything that isn't in alignment with the goal. That's actually how we work harder. We can't force ourselves to work more than 12 hours a day. You have to remove the distractions. That's how you work hard. Because you can't defeat the subconscious. Your conscious mind is only 15% of your mind. You can't, 15% will never defeat the 85%. So what we have to do is work with the subconscious and make the actions that we want to take automatic. And the way we do that is by building systems. So we build systems by removing everything that isn't in alignment with our goal, through sacrifice, basically. Now, what do we actually need to sacrifice? There's two major things when it comes to procrastination that you need to fix. One of them is your identity, and the other one is your environment. In terms of identity, you need to sacrifice your current identity, your current self. Now, what I mean by that is, if you, as you are, were capable of achieving your goals, then you would have already achieved them. So the version of you that isn't capable of achieving your goals must go, in order to make space for the version of you that can achieve your goals. in order to basically kill the current self, in order to make space for the becoming self, first you have to identify your current identity, identify all of your current habits, current beliefs. What is it that you spend your time doing? Look at your search history, look at your YouTube watch history, look at your, if you're on Instagram, look at your Instagram feed. If you're on TikTok, look at your TikTok feed. What is it that you actually spend your time doing? What is it that you spend your time watching? What is it that you spend your time consuming? Look at your bank statements. What is it that you buy? What is it that you spend your money on? From there, you get a good understanding of who you currently are. Identify that, and then identify who you want to become. So look at your goal and then really think critically about what kind of person would be able to achieve that goal. So if it's 10K per month, it's going to be someone that thinks in systems, someone that does the outreach every single day, someone that doesn't procrastinate, someone that doesn't give in to their vices, someone that doesn't, I don't know, scroll on Instagram and TikTok, someone that doesn't consume bullshit content. And the third step in order to fix your identity is, once you have the new identity written down, you take relentless action towards that new identity. You kill the current self, you bury him in the garden, and then you take relentless action towards your new identity. Every single day, you must act in accordance with that new identity. So if the old version of you used to eat shit and scroll TikTok, the new version of you doesn't. So in order to take relentless action on that, you'd have deleted TikTok off your phone. Probably deleted the account as well, because if you're anything like me, then one day you're going to delete TikTok, the next day you're going to fucking download it. So if you delete that account, it adds a little bit more friction and you're not going to want to do all that, basically. By the time you fucking make a new account, you're going to realize what kind of fucking retard you're being and you're not going to do it. So add friction, take relentless action, delete the fucking account, fucking delete the app, block it on your desktop, use one of them Chrome extensions or something, I don't know, block it, get rid of it completely. If you're a real fucking maniac, I don't know, you break your phone or something, I don't know, bro. But yeah, take relentless action towards your new identity and then remind yourself of who you're becoming every single day. What I do is, I have a self-transcendence document. If you Google that, you'd see it on Google. It's by Sam Ovens. You can make your own one. Just go on Canva, find Sam Ovens' one, go on Canva and just recreate it. That's what I did. And that basically reminds you of who you are, or who you want to, or who you are, the new version of you, every single day. Look at it once a day, twice a day, as many times as you need in order to start believing that is who you are. Because the mind can't differentiate between what is real and what you tell it is real. So if you repeat something to it enough times, it starts believing that the thing you're repeating is true. So if you tell it that you're someone that makes 100K a month, you're someone that does the outreach no matter what, you're someone that doesn't scroll, you're someone that doesn't give in to their vices, you're someone that thinks in systems, then your mind will believe that eventually, if that makes sense. And in terms of your environment, the way you optimize your environment is, you already know what it is that's distracting you. If you're living with family, then consider moving out if you can, or work through the night. What I do is, I live with family. When I'm in London, I actually live with family. So what I do is, I'll work through the night when everyone's asleep, while I'll track when everyone's leaving the house and when everyone's in the house, and I'll make sure I'm doing my fucking work blocks and sales calls when nobody's in the house, bro. But if you're a bit extreme, like I am, when I really need to lock in, I'll fly out, I'll go to fucking Thailand or somewhere, I'll live there for a few months, and I'll really lock in. Because when you're over there, you're living alone, it's calm, there's no social life, there's nothing. You sacrifice everything, you make so much progress in your life. When I moved to Thailand recently, that really changed the trajectory of my entire life. So 10 out of 10 decision, I would recommend. All of my goals from that one video I spoke about, all of them have been achieved, by the way. So yeah. So going back on what we said, in order to stop procrastinating, there's two major aspects. One of them is your identity, because you are who you believe you are. And your subconscious mind will always act in accordance with who you believe you are. So if you believe that you are someone that does the outreach no matter what, that does the action that you haven't been doing no matter what, then you will do that action no matter what. So first, rewire your subconscious mind, and second, optimize your environment to make it easy and automatic. because that's how you do the hard work. You can't force yourself to work any harder than you have been, because if you could, then you would. Because a lot of us are in desperate situations and we need to make these businesses work. So why is it that you're not doing the action that's required to make the business work? It's because you can't. It's impossible. So what you have to do is act in accordance with the subconscious mind and make the actions easy and automatic. That's how you stop procrastinating.